It looks like nothing more than a block of wood. No form, no light, no story. But in the hands of a craftsman, even the simplest wood can change. And this block will become a glowing fairy house. Every creation begins with a vision. At first just lines on paper, ordinary lines, but filled with endless possibilities. It was more than a sketch. It was a dream waiting to be carved into life. From raw wood, the shape slowly emerged. Each cut revealed something new. A door appeared, windows opened, and the base spread like roots anchoring the house to the earth, as if it had always belonged there. Then came fire. Flames kissed the surface, darkening the wood. They gave it age. They gave it depth. They gave it strength. And what once seemed fragile became solid. The wood no longer looked new. It carried the spirit of the forest and the weight of time itself. A stone was placed on top, heavy yet protective. It became the roof, a symbol of balance and shelter. And beneath it the root-like base held everything steady, a reminder of our connection to the earth. Inside, a small light was placed like a hidden heart beating in silence. And when it came alive, warmth spread through the windows. Shadows danced across the walls, and the house awakened. By day, the cross-shaped window stands clear and strong. But at night everything changes. The cross glows like scattered sparks, a secret only darkness can reveal. And in the silence of night the glow becomes a gentle companion, safe enough to shine until morning. From the outside, it may look simple, a small wooden house with a soft glow. But every part of it holds time. Not just hours, but choices, revisions, and quiet focus. Even the window took days. Each curve carved slowly, each edge shaped with care. Until it felt less like it was made, and more like it had grown. The fire came next, not to destroy, but to deepen. It sealed the wood, kept insects away, and gave the surface a texture no brush could paint. Wires were hidden beneath the roots. A light placed inside like a heartbeat. Not just decoration, but breath. The stone on top wasn't for beauty, it was for balance. Heavy enough to protect, steady enough to anchor the house to the earth. This house doesn't speak, but it listens. It holds the silence of night, the rhythm of the craftsman's breath, and the quiet pulse of light that stays. Fire wasn't just used for beauty, it was a tool that demanded respect. A single misstep, a moment of distraction, and the heat could leave more than a mark. So the torch moved slowly, each stroke guided by instinct and control, each breath held steady, as the flame kissed the wood with purpose. It hardened the surface, protected it from insects, and replaced the need for oil. But more than that, it gave the wood a finish no chemical could ever recreate. The grain rose gently, the edges darkened like old memories, and the house began to feel as if it had already lived through seasons. This wasn't decoration. It was depth carved by fire, a quiet story etched into every line. The torch had to be held just right. Too close, and the wood would blister. Too far, and the mark would vanish. It was a delicate dance, between heat and hand, between control and surrender. Smoke filled the air, not shot, but earthy like the forest whispering back, as the flame revealed what had always been hidden. Each burn was final. There was no undoing it. So the craftsman had to trust the moment, to know when to stop, when to lean in, and when to let the wood speak for itself. Because fire doesn't rush, it reveals. But this is not the end of the story. In the next chapter, the fairy house will change again, with new details to see and new light to discover.